Very different. I was looking actually only last week because of the anniversary to see how different it was, and it's just incredible to see that pre-crisis Northern Rock was growing its balance sheet hugely fast, went from £25 billion to £100 billion in the space of, I don't know, 2.5 years on limited capital and high wholesale funding. And, you know, from our perspective, we're a much smaller bank with much more capital, and almost all of our funding comes from the retail market. So, you know, absolutely transformed from the bank that Northern Rock was. Virgin Money today is smaller, safer, sounder, and part of the regulations that have come in, based on the regulations that have come in since all of the crisis happened.
One of the great things about Northern Rock was that its identity was very, very closely tied up with the northeast of England and Newcastle in particular. How much of that have you been able to retain at Virgin Money?
When we first bought Northern Rock, I was worried that the people there might resent us a bit, actually, because the Virgin brand was coming in and the Northern Rock brand was going. But actually, they welcomed us with open arms, both the staff and the community there. And as a result, you know, so much of what we've achieved has been achieved based on the hard work and efforts of the people of the North East.
What do you think the biggest lessons that we learned from the crisis were?
Well, I do think that in the decades since the crisis, there's just been a huge amount of progress made. More capital, more liquidity, more accountability. I think we should remember when the crisis happened, people were worried about their savings because there wasn't any sort of guarantee that they would be protected. And now, of course, around £80,000 worth of people's savings in each bank are guaranteed for customers, and I think that's a really important thing to think about. I think underwriting standards have improved enormously, and so who knows in the future what might happen. But what I can say is that the system that I operate in today is materially stronger and better protected than it was 10 years ago.
Do you think the crisis has done lasting damage to consumer confidence in the financial services sector?
I hope not. I mean, of course, the crisis in itself did mean that there was a material reduction in trust in banks, and I hope that that's being rebuilt by all people that are involved in the banking sector. There's so much more focus on making the system secure and giving customers the products that they rightly want and properly should have. And I think over time that means that trust will be rebuilt, and you know it's beholden on all of us that work in the sector to make sure that that is the case, that we operate with integrity, that we offer great products, and that we deserve the trust that customers put in us.